Hey you guys, welcome to my tiny garden. I'm going to be picking some bitter gourds today, and I want you guys to come with me and have a chat and do some picking. Are you guys ready? Come on, let's go. Bitter gourd is a warm season crop. They are actually just loving this weather right now. We have maybe nights of 50s, like mid 50s low, and highs in between 80 to even 90, and supposedly we're hitting 95 next week. So they're growing strong. They don't mind cramming in small space. Come on in close. I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about here. So these bitter gourds are growing like maybe just 6 inches apart all across this like about 5 feet space. Even though this is like a 1 feet section here, they are just really taking up this space in the backside, climbing up all across this way and then down this way. So it's creating this really perfect, bright, indirect light, like very just awesome filtered lights for these shade-loving plants. And I got these beautiful lalop, which is called I think pepper sormentosum. It's a herbs that Vietnamese use a lot in their grilling. It just has a really wonderful aroma. I use it for salads. I might even spice up my juice sometimes with it. Haven't gotten much of a chance to actually grill because I don't really grill food, but it is very tasty. So what else? Here's another shade-loving plant. This is a magenta leaf plant called lacum in Vietnamese. I have a video on that if you guys want to check out that video to see how fun I can use this to do a natural food coloring with it. So these plants, they're not only getting filtered light down here, but they are getting a bit of warmth too, because these are a little more, the magenta leaf plant is a little more sensitive to the cold, so it's actually a really good space for them. It's bright, but it will keep them a little, I guess, more tucked in because it is against the wall also. Just getting a bit more protection in the winter growing here. And you can see how it's just utilized, I'm just really in this small little space, but I'm growing a variety of food here, just taking advantage of growing upwards and creating different levels for whatever the different plants need. So growing in a small space requires a little more thought, more creativity, but this has all actually been a lot of fun. When it comes to picking bitter gourds, I actually prefer them yellow. I mean, it does depend on what you want to do with them. When they're green, they are not ripe yet, actually. They are more firm, the texture is more crispy, more crunchy, and I think if you slice those thinly, it would kind of make a good salad, a good stir fry. So you can also, because it's firm enough in the inside, if you scrape the seeds out as hollow, you can stuff food in there. I do have a video on different ways you can eat bitter gourds, so you might want to check that out. If it's your first time growing them and you're not really used to the bitter taste, I highly recommend that you try waiting for one of the gourds to turn yellow, because they actually get less bitter that way. They are more soft and creamy sort of a consistency, so some people may be looking for more of a crunchy texture, but for me both are still good. It depends on what I want to make with them. The firm ones, it's good for juicing. That might be a little too bitter for some people, but I do it, and I enjoy the bitterness actually. And the yellow ones, the red seeds inside are just so good. Like this one here is actually about to break, so I'm just gonna open this one up for you guys. So you guys can see this one here. This one here is pretty soft, and it's just opening here. Look at that beauty in there. Oh, those are so good, you guys. Look at this gooey goodness. Mmm. And got myself a seed. So when they turn ripe, the inside, that red part I just ate, is so good. It's pretty darn sweet. Has like a light melon, cucumber, melon-ish kind of a flavor, and creamy. But light too. It's not like there's fat in there or anything to make it taste like fatty creamy, but it's creamy, but it has like a very hydrating, like a water base kind of a creaminess. This gourd here, I also love to pickle these. Definitely softer and more like airy, fluffy texture when it's yellow. And it's not even like there's barely any bitterness in this yellow one. I really like to ferment these too. I think they would be good pickled too, but I like fermenting foods. It has a good bacteria for my gut. And there's a Chinese dish that they would do like a sour, salty, maybe even spicy soup with bitter gourd. But instead, sometimes you can also benefit from the raw foods by fermenting them, so I also get that same, you know, like spicy, sour, salty kind of a flavor for this same vegetable. Oh my gosh. When I bit to these baby seeds, there's no seeds in there. It's just like red. It's just like the perfect balance between the hint of bitterness on the gourd and a melon, a nice hint of melon aroma. Yeah, it's like really airy in there. So they do get lighter when they ripen up. Yeah. I guess they lose a bit of that water content, so that's why they get more like airy and like crystal looking. So beautiful. Alright, let's get to picking a couple more. Can I see that? Oh my gosh, it's really sweet. I've never had bitter gourd nectar before. I mean, this thing is so ripe that it's dripping its own sugar out. It's probably from that red skin around it or something, but it was almost like honey, you guys. Wow. I'm just going to be picking some shiso since I think these would go really good with one of the bitter gourd soups that I'll be making. I'm just going to clip this off. Along with some lemongrass. Oops, sorry to shake the camera, guys. Thank you. It's kind of a good way to keep your lemongrass pruned also. Oh my gosh, this huge one is so like falling apart, you guys. Oh, look at this. This is like super red and juicy. The smell of lemongrass and perilla. Oh my gosh. I cannot wait to make a meal out of this. I also picked the green ones from my mom because she likes them crunchy. So yeah, thanks for joining me on this harvest today, you guys. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you have not. And comment down below if you have questions or whatever you want to share with me. Always love hearing your comments. Follow me on social media where I do instant updates of my life, which you don't get on this channel. And if you're looking for plants to add to your garden, I have some available at my website. I would really appreciate you to go check out and support me to keep this channel growing. And that's all, you guys. Thank you so much.